Welcome to the Soapdish. Hi, Teri.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
So, how are things in Northfield, Minnesota?
Oh, it's girls' night out tonight.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and of course it's raining. So,
That's pretty common because when I was working down there, that's how it was too.
yep. But
I'm
there'll still
thinking
be
it
the
won't
store
stop.
deals.
It won't stop the girls from drinking wine on
No,
Main Street, Northfield.
no, it won't. Although now we're not allowed to walk down the street with it.
Oh,
I'm just
really?
teasing.
You got a new.
Well,
You
no, we
probably have a
can't.
harder police chief than when I was there.
Yeah,
I was
more like
I was
more
pretty
like a
soft.
yes, more like a rougher council too. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
yeah.
that's probably true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's never ending there, Terry.
No, it's not.
All right, so let's talk
Yeah.
some bold.
Yes.
I'm going to back up a little bit to where
Mm-hmm.
Sheila, we kind of left off with her, and you and I had
Yes.
talked a little bit about how she's going to make a break or kind of made some predictions there. But
Mm-hmm.
she had gotten a visitor, and we didn't know. I can't remember if it was on a Thursday or Friday, but I think I lost
Yeah.
sleep over it because I wasn't sure who the visitor was.
Uh-huh.
And it turns out it's Jack.
That was
Wasn't
weird.
that weird? I did not expect that
Yes.
at all.
I didn't either. And I thought, dang, he looks good.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. I'm just saying. He looked good.
Did he?
You know. I mean, but yeah, I was shocked. And the way they played that scene, I thought, he is not gonna bust her out of there.
No.
And it seemed kind of like maybe he would.
Yeah.
And I had no idea he was this fancy attorney.
Yeah,
Did
no, they
you?
never. I don't think
They
they
never
ever
revealed
revealed
it?
his profession to us until
Okay.
that. Actually,
Yeah. I thought, oh, well, that came out of left field.
right?
But it was kind of fun to see that scene with him just no when he was done with her.
You're right
I
though, because
liked
for a
that.
while he stopped and paused, and I thought, she was making some pretty. She's pretty
Oh,
influential with her.
yes.
You know what I
I
mean?
don't know what she's got going on, but she's got it, and apparently the men really like it. So,
Evidently,
yep.
but you're right. Like you said, Terry. In the end, he ended up kind of turning her down, and
hmm
uh, and he left the jail, the prison.
But the other thing was, what in the world is Mike doing in there? The goofy guard that they can just have these visits
I know.
between prisoners. What?
Yeah, no,
I don't think that's how that
that
works.
doesn't happen.
Okay.
No, you don't get to visit my friend, the other inmate. That's in
Yeah.
the other ward of the prison. I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Good catch, Terry.
I try.
All right. So Dollar Bill, since we talked to now, he had Katie over for a fancy dinner with candlelight and wine, etc.
Yeah.
And he tried to convince Katie that she still really loves him, of course, because he's Dollar Bill,
hmm Right.
and that they should put their family back together. I give Katie credit because she did stand her ground here, and
hmm
basically, he finally figured out. Do you have feelings for Carter? I think he asked her, and
Yeah, he
and she
did.
said, yes, I do.
hmm Yeah. But I think he's going to keep pushing on that.
Oh
But
yeah,
I really. Oh, but this time it's
it's
how
different
many
this
times have
time
you gone back?
than the
Yeah,
last
gone
eight
back to
times.
Brooke and it wasn't even 30 seconds. When Brooke turned you down, you go to Katie. Really? Ew. No.
Yeah.
So if she goes back to him, I'd be very disappointed in
I
her.
don't. Well, who knows? She
I'll
could,
write
but
a strongly worded letter about it. Just
or we'll give you a segment to sound off on this podcast.
yeah, okay. Thank you. That would be better.
There you go.
Although I don't know. Well, anyway, I'll have to check the language.
Yeah, right. Or otherwise, I'll have to get myself a bleeper on this end to bleep you
Oh,
out
there you go.
when you start swearing. All right, so Terry, I have a question for you. So, what's up with all these sudsy scenes between Steffi and Finn? They're
I
like
don't
all
know, but
over
it's
each other. What's?
she. I don't know. And I can't figure out if she's pregnant or not.
Yeah. See, I think you
Um,
mentioned that a few weeks ago, so I've been looking for it. But they've got
and
her in loose-fitting clothing too, so I can't, or at least heavy
well,
clothing, so I can't tell.
yeah, she had that little outfit on today. It was she is one attractive woman. Um, but it almost looked like maybe there was a little bump, but man, she's a beautiful pregnant woman too. Um, but what I couldn't get over is how many times do you really do that in the office that often?
I know.
I mean, do you really?
Everybody's
Okay.
getting it on in the office there. It's just weird.
It is weird. Yeah. And if you were, would you not lock the door?
I know.
And
So,
that's another thing.
yeah, I wanted to bring
do
that
you
up there.
do you remember um, Dollar Bill's room
Yeah, you and I have talked
off the
about that.
office?
Yeah,
Yes. It's
he had
like
that little
that.
suite off of his office.
I
He used to
think
take Brooke in there years ago, remember?
yes, yes. Oh boy. Yeah. So that's that. I don't know that. I just thought because I took notes and I had that in my notes too
Yeah.
about Finn and Steffi. What?
Yeah, what is that all about?
I
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
And
All right.
Liam breaking in all the time.
Yeah, yeah. That was
Hmm.
funny today. So they end up breaking, they get caught making out 3 times because they don't lock the door. Are we a little
Yeah.
slow or what? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or
All right.
exhibitionists.
Yeah, yeah, right. They like the thought that they might get caught. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of liking this hope thing. My other co-host,
Mm-hmm.
Luann Pershaw, that I do the
Mm-hmm.
YNR with, she
Mm-hmm.
watches The Bold as well as you and I. So
Yeah.
she's like, I'm tired of this whole Hope thing. I told her, I said, actually, I'm kind of enjoying Hope being a bad girl here in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because it's a different role for her.
Well, it is. And it's interesting because how many times did Liam screw
I
around with
know.
Steffi
I know.
on her?
I was thinking
And
about that.
yeah, it's like, wow, who I'm really, really sick to death of is Liam.
Yeah, me too.
I ca- I'm really done listening to him whine, and Thomas is looking a whole lot more appealing. But what frightens me is that she's Hope's going to lose it and it's going to affect Thomas adversely. I'll say it like that right now. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
I have that in. I want to get
is
your
that in
thoughts
the
and super sudsy questions coming up.
okay.
That
Okay.
we'll go into more
Then I'll
detail.
then I'll rip it.
Then you can really go.
Okay.
So, kind of what started all this was Thomas and Hope had a celebratory moment here recently
Mhm.
in the office, Terry, where
Mhm.
everything happens.
Yes.
And they end up kind of holding hands with each other, and it was just kind of a happy moment. Although with Hope, yeah, she's starting to.
Mhm.
But Steffi is standing outside the office and overhears kind of and sees probably kind of what's
Yes.
going on there, and then after it's all over and Thomas is gone, Steffi goes in and kind of confronts Hope and
Mhm.
says, you were flirting with Thomas and he's made
Yeah.
such progress. Please don't do that. You're gonna set him back.
Mhm. And I agree with her.
I do too.
That and I thought Steffi was harsh. I thought it was a little but she's that way. She has that harshness to her
Mhm.
when she wants to. And then I believe she said, "You're turning into your mother," or "Don't become your mother," or something.
She goes, "I shouldn't say this," and then she did.
Yeah.
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 Are you turning into your mother?
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah, that was quite a statement.
Yeah, it was. Mm.
All right. So next, today, Thomas and Hope end up taking a flight because there's a customer that wants them to present. So they get on the jet and they fly. I forget, was it?
San
They're in
Francisco.
L.A. Huh?
Yeah, they went to San Francisco.
That's what it was, San Francisco.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So they knocked the presentation out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a corny scene. I always think, when you bring in these actors that are there for like a scene like that,
Yeah.
a lot of times it's kind of corny because they're just not great actors and they haven't really established the role or anything. So
Yeah.
I just don't. I think a lot of times it doesn't flow very well.
It doesn't. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't. It's like this new RJ.
Right.
It's not
It's another
flowing
example.
yet, at least for me.
Yeah, I agree
I'm
with
not excited about his character at all.
you. Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah. And sometimes, they actually end up proving themselves as good actors.
Yes.
But many times they come in for a scene like that, and it's not good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So about the time that they kind of are celebrating that they had a great presentation, Thomas gets a call. I got to tell you a story. So Suzette was sitting here watching this with me today as I was watching the bowl on Rewind on DVR.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to her, before it even happened, I said, I could write this show. Here's what's going to happen. The jet's there's going to be weather or mechanical problems or something. They're not going to be able to leave and they're going to be stranded there. And then Thomas is not going to be able to get another room. I can just predict it. And sure as shit, it happened.
I know. You knew that was like written in the stars. We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Hope had called or texted Liam prior to that, so she had to go back on her word that they were going to be taken off, and she was on her way home, etc. So now she calls Liam and gives him the bad news. And I actually was surprised at how well he handled it. Actually, I thought he'd flip out, but
Yeah. But yes. But I think he's trying. But what I thought was interesting was, so Steffi was there, because they're talking about Hope and Thomas and blah, blah, blah. And because she had some soccer band to give to him. And that's like the 5th time they've seen each other that day. And anyway, it's light outside that window. And then there's a phone call, the next call that Hope has to say, we're not going to get back. And it's dark out. And I'm thinking,
yeah, I noticed that.
How long were
You're
you
talking
there,
in Steffi's
Steffi?
office.
Yeah. No, in Liam's office.
Or Liam's office, yes.
Yeah. It
I
was
noticed that too. I'm like,
were you there
what the hell? What time is it?
I know. Where are the lighting guys? Where are the lighting guys? I don't know.
Light that up out there. We got to create sun. All right. So following that, at the end of the show today, Thomas and Hope embracing a hug, Teri. This is why you were running up the steps for our podcast right before.
That's right.
Tape time.
Yes. That was actually, that was a really good scene. I
so
liked the way they wrote that. And I thought it was played very well. Hope and Thomas did a really good job at acting. The actors did. I appreciated the way they handled it, with Hope saying about, I've always been the good girl. I don't want to be like my mom. And I don't think Thomas quite understood what she was talking about. That she was actually kind of trying to tell him that she's had these feelings. And he wasn't picking up on
Right.
that, which kind of makes sense because she's fought him all this time. On the other hand, then they hug and it's like, oh boy. Uh-oh. They definitely had a moment.
And now the trouble is, Teri, it's Friday, so we have to wait all weekend to find out where that's going to go.
Oh, I'm drinking. I'm going to start drinking.
Hey,
Oh,
martini time.
yeah, where's my hand? There. Oh, no. There we. Oh, God. Wow, that was interesting. Okay, I was going to try and take it from you.
We're going to have to start
Oh,
to do
well.
like they do on where you
Yeah.
make animal shapes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, this has gotten
All
out of
right, we're
control.
going. This is
Yeah.
digressing quickly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next, Teri, let's do our second time around with super sudsy questions.
Yes.
Will Thomas and Hope kiss? And we'll find out Monday, or more, or will more happen?
I think that they're going to kiss. And I think it will probably be quite passionate.
Ooh.
And then Hope is going to have a complete breakdown about doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And Thomas, unfortunately, is going to revert. And
Yeah.
that's what I hope won't happen because I don't want to I'm rooting for Thomas now.
Yeah, me too.
And if Hope does that and then Thomas sinks back into that place, Steffi and Taylor are going to have a shit show for Hope. And then that's going to affect Brooke. And then, it's just that's going to snowball.
Yeah, I can see
think.
that totally.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm going to say yes. They're minimally going to kiss. I don't think they're going to sleep together.
No.
I would be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think you're right. I think they will kiss, and I like that. I hadn't thought about what you said, Teri, in terms of Hope kind of breaking down because she is she truly has played a moral character.
Yes, very much so.
So I do think I agree with you, and I think you brought up a really good prediction there that she will have major problems with that, and
Yeah.
probably go back home and confess to Liam, and then it's going to hit the fan.
That's sudsy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can't you see
I
that?
hadn't thought about that.
Because she'll
but
have a guilty
yes.
conscience, and she won't be able to keep it from Liam. She might
Yes.
try for a day or two, but she's not going to be able to do it.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and that's going to create a stir, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So if they do kiss, and you've kind of touched on it, but where do you see that ending up?
I don't see that ending up in a very good space, and it's unfortunate. If Thomas hadn't been so obsessed with her, and I mean, he lied to her to get Douglas he orchestrated that whole mother thing all those years
Right.
ago. And if he goes back into that dark space, that would be just awful, a horrible combination. I don't think those two they won't get together.
That's what I was going to ask you.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
If you saw any way that Thomas and Hope actually ended up together.
No.
Long-term relationship
Right.
kind of thing.
I don't think so. Do you? What do you think?
No, I don't. I can't see it either, Teri. I can't see them going there. I think they're gonna use this to, like you said, stir it up.
Yeah.
The storyline.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I just can't see them putting those two together as a couple.
No. But what is going to, I think, be icky is to watch Liam. Ugh.
Oh God, I'm with you. I am so tired
sick
of that.
him.
All he
Yeah.
does is walks around to different people and whines to them about it.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. Put on your big boy pants.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If that was real life and that was your wife, you wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't waffle around like that. You'd
No.
step it up and do something about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So my
Okay.
next question
Yes.
of super sudsy questions is, what will Katie do now based on the whole dollar bill situation? And Carter.
Bill can be really persuasive. And while I don't really want this to happen, I think she's going to go back to Bill.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm. I don't want it to happen, but I think it will, because then Carter's going to get hurt and Brooke is suddenly going to be appealing to Bill again.
Oh, funny how that works.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I hope they don't do that, but that's kind of what I think they'll do, because it's a storyline that they've regurgitated multiple times.
Too many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this to answer that question, is that I think Katie will end up with Carter. And I've predicted this, but it's becoming a little more clearer to me now.
Yeah.
Is that when that happens, then Dollar Bill will need counseling, and he's going to go see Taylor Hayes. And those two are going to end up together. I can see it.
Like that. That's sudsy. Oh, I like that. That would be good.
It would.
I hope that, yes.
And I'm in favor of anything with for more airtime for Taylor.
Yeah.
I know that shocks you, Teri, but
I'm so shocked.
And I've already answered the question of what will Bill do, because I've given you my Katie, and you did too, really, because you're thinking he's going to go back to Brooke.
He will try.
Yeah,
but then maybe
try.
if RJ being here, their being there suddenly makes Ridge and Taylor's the one that predicted that already, is that RJ will get them back together.
They'll get back together, yeah.
So,
yep.
All right.
Oh, one last thing.
Yeah.
One last sudsy question.
Okay.
So we haven't seen anything new on the Taylor-Brooke friendship recently.
No.
What's in store for these two ladies and their BFF?
I think the BFF is probably pretty much
over.
Done. I think so. It really worked well for quite some time. But if things happen between Hope and Thomas, Taylor is going to probably rip Brooke a new one.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
I think she would. I think she would.
I can see that.
And I can see, why she would if Thomas goes to a dark place. So that would definitely, I think, end the friendship.
That's sudsy, Teri.
Regardless of the men.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's all I got.
I'm exhausted.
Me too. We gotta wait. We gotta wait till Monday for some of these answers. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All right.
All right. Until we dish again.
Oh, keep it sudsy.
And we're out.